Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of a Luminous 4K screen paint using ambient light rejection. Technology gain times 4 and 5. I told you I was going to break out the 147 235.1 screen, the one I have sitting in the back. A few people were asking me about that giant screen sitting in the back. Yes, so this one was designed for an ultra short throw projector. And the reason why is because using long throw, my projector would have to sit back at least about maybe 16 feet back. We're a good distance back. My basement's a good size, so we're probably about a good maybe 14 to 15 feet back from the screen. And that's why I like using the short throw at 235.1, because I can have it right there in the middle, and then that way I don't have to move a lot of things around because I'm afraid of basically shadows casting on the larger screen. Now, with the short throw, I would be able to fill out the entire screen, but because I have a long throw, and right there I have my table right there, my shelf that's holding all my projectors, I can only bring it back so far without casting a shadow on the screen. So this is coated with our new Luminous Superior Ambient Light Rejection Cinema Screen Paint. This is a roll-on. Keep in mind, this is one of the best screen paints we ever developed. It has the ability to produce amazing white levels and also pull up images in fully lit environments. Now, the roll-on surface, like I said, if you're going to be using that outside, you have to use it in hours between 5 and 6. I've done that demonstration already, showing you it does work perfectly. If you're curious, check out the video at the bottom, or the link at the bottom. Also, too, to add in there with that, when you're using outside, projector caliber changes as a lumens wise, because it requires projectors of 3500 lumens and up. Please do not use in direct sunlight. Alright, so with a spray-on application, you can use your projector in the hours of 8, 9, 10, and 12, and so forth, due to the fact that it does have some more technology gain times 5. This one has technology gain times 4. The roller has 4. Alright, also too, as in adding in front and rear. Now, spray-on applications can be used with front and rear. If you're doing this on micro mesh, it doesn't really make a difference. If you have the roll-on or whatever, you can still use it with no problem whatsoever. Alright, now this is my ViewSonic projector. It is 4,000 lumens. It is 1080p, full 1080p. My projector is 1920 by 1200. It is WXGA. This projector does 235.1. That's the reason why I keep going back to the ViewSonics, because the ViewSonics have a 235.1 option, as you can see. 235.1 option in the ViewSonics. So usually 235.1, that particular option, a lot of people have been asking about that, can be quite expensive. Before ViewSonic came out with that option, a lot of the projectors out there were between 3,000, 5,000, 6,000 and so forth would give you that option. Or you can basically go the route of basically what I did. One of my video demonstrations, I use a wide angle camera lens, but the problem is that trying to get that to configure to your projector, which was not designed for a camera lens, is quite difficult. On top of that, the edges come out a bit fuzzy. So it works, but it's not something that you want to keep diddling around with every time you want to change over everything from 16:9 to 235.1. Now, they do make adapters that can fit over your projector. Now, all projectors are going to work with these adapters, but these adapters are quite expensive. We're talking about $1,200, $1,300, even $1,500 just for a lens. So what other option? Well, when ViewSonic came along, they had one of the projectors I got from them was a short throw projector. And I noticed in the option, well, the ratio option, I was setting up my screen, that it had 235.1. This is pretty much, I think, in the 2015, 2015, 2017, 18 models had that 235.1 option. So I went back and got a cheaper one. I went back and got one about $300, no, $250 refurbished, 600 by 800 res SVGA. One of the lower models, it had 235.1 in it. So yes, it's the reason why I go back to ViewSonics, because it gives me the option to change out my ratio size. If I want to do 235.1, I have that option. So, like I said, rolled on this screen, we're using our Superior Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint. I'm going to walk in front of the projector. Everything in here is pretty much coated with superior technology. See, all my screens are black. We have all black screens in here. Everything in here, well, that's the back of a screen, but everything in here is black. Even the micro mesh, your micro mesh is actually coated with superior. And keep in mind, when you have a screen that can produce both white levels and black levels at the same time, there's no point in designing anything else. As I said, when it goes to them high light color screen paints or gray screen paints, they produce high colors. Yes, they do. Bright high colors. They do that. But the problem is it can't produce contrast, not true contrast. You'll end up with a very ashy looking kind of screen due to the fact that it can't produce true contrast. Where these screens can produce high white levels and outstanding black levels at the same time. Now, as I said before, any black screen on the market, even a everyday black flat black paint, is going to produce black contrast levels. It's black. The problem you're going to have is white levels. White levels, I explained many times before, are very important because keep in mind, without a high enough white level, that means all your white levels are going to come out dingy and dirty. And if they come out dingy and dirty, it means very bright colors that need to look very bright, very vivid. They're going to come out dark and they're going to come out dirty also. And that's something you don't want. Alright, so let's pop around all this because I got all this stuff here on the floor. And let's start a few demonstrations. Let's go back over here. And let's grab my city demonstration. I love doing my city demonstration on the screen. I'll show you the distance on how far my projector is sitting back. So we're not at a comfortable 8 feet. I don't think I do too many screens at 8 feet. That's why I like to do demonstrations on long throw, because with a long throw projector, I really get a challenge out of it. Keep in mind, at the 14 to 15 feet that we're standing at right now, this projector at 4,000 lumens, it's going to have to travel through all this ambient light, hit that screen, and come back with an image. So keep in mind, even if you have a projector of 3,000 lumens, you have a projector of 4,000 lumens, it doesn't make a difference. You're not going to have 3,000 and 4,000 lumens by the time you make it to the screen. You're going to lose lumens, I guarantee you on that. So that screen has to be to generate enough gain in order to produce a bright enough picture so you see it a proper image. Now with a short throw projector, you're not that far, so the image, the lumens don't have to travel that far. Ultra short throw, 1 inch away from the screen, you're not really traveling anywhere at all. So that's why the gain of a screen is very important. The contrast on the screen is very important. Contrast makes and breaks a screen. And if the screen is black, then the white levels have to be able to produce white enough white levels. If not, the image comes out dirty. You end up with a dirty, muddy looking picture. See all the ambient light we have in this environment? It's no dark areas in my workshop. You notice that? No dark areas. Always bright in here. That's the way it should be. You should be able to see all the corners, everywhere. Should never be dark. You should never look like I'm casting shadows. I had a few people ask me to turn the lights out. Turning the lights out on a demonstration is nothing. That's easy. That's very, very easy to do. It's not a hard demonstration. There's nothing hard about turning out lights. What in the world would your projector be fighting with the lights out? Now keep in mind, you know, if you have white walls and so forth, you're going to have some ambient light in the environment. That's why when you see dedicated theater, everything is dark in there, because to cancel out as much light as possible. But there's no real challenge with the lights out. The challenge is with the lights on, because now your projector has to fight with everything. You would have a higher lumen count when your lumens leave your projector in a dark environment than you would with the lights on. That's why the minute you turn the lights on, that screen automatically fades. Everything gets tested in that environment. Now the reason why I take the time out of my day to explain these things to my customers Because there are some people that are buying projectors for the first time. They're buying it for the first time, and this information helps them out on exactly on what they need to get and what they need to buy to actually set up their dream home theater setup. Those of you who already know this already, all you have to do is hit fast forward. That's all you have to do. I had somebody make a comment like, oh, we're not all dumb. Not calling anybody dumb, it's just that it's an educational video. If I'm basically watching a demonstration on nuclear physics or basically on quantum physics or anything like that, I would want them to explain it to me if I don't understand it. Now, if I do understand it, then I'm just going to fast forward parts and just hit parts I don't understand, or basically just breeze right through the video because I know it already. I'm just going to look at the demonstration. But I don't think I want to be studying anything with quantum or micro or basically or nuclear physics, and I want to skip pages in the process. Like, you know what, I know, so I'm just going to skip over. And then later on, be set up with a lot of regrets. So this is the reason why when I do educational videos on cheap projectors, we show you exactly not only not to buy the projector, but how the projector is going to perform. And we still don't support them. You know, to keep in mind, we do not support knockoff projectors. Look at this. See how beautiful the blue is? Now, keep in mind, when you're watching a demonstration, things you need to look for is the corners. The center is going to show regardless. It's the corners that you need to look for. If the corners look like they're fading out, they're becoming tan around the edges here and here, then that shows you right there that the screen has very low gain capability. There should be light in contact with the screen at all times. I'm not trying to put anybody down, but I've seen demonstrations where someone will point the camera in the next room. The next room has nothing to do with the screen that's in the other room. If the next room had anything to do, because it'll be bright in the next room, but then they'll point over here and it'll be dark. If the next room had anything to do with it, the same amount of light that would be in that room would be in this room. This is the laws of physics. When it comes to physics of light, that's what it is. I'm thinking about turning this into a giant fish tank. What do you think? I think it would look pretty cool. If I bring the short throw in here, ultra short throw. I started short throw. I can't. Ultra short throw. I'm gonna put a short throw in here. I think I'm gonna turn this into a fish tank. All right. So with that being said, we are working on. We got the K&A projectors coming in this week and next week. I got to go down to this place where I go buy my blackout cloth from. One of the places I go buy and purchase my stuff from. If all works out, we can pack these projectors with a 1-gallon kit that will come with the blackout cloth. That'll be something like 8 feet. I think it's 8 feet by 14 feet. It's something like that. 8 feet by 12 feet. It's something like that. But it can actually do a screen up to 180 inches, and that's what I would like to go with because you know that technology is designed to be used for indoor and outdoors. So if you want to use it outside, at least you have a massive screen. You have a screen 150 inch or more that you can actually work with that with the projector. Now, 2 projectors we have coming in. We do have 2 Panasonics. One is 4,000 lumens, the other one 3,000 lumens, and also 2, I think I have a 3,000 lumen Mitsubishi short throw 3D projector. That is also 2 coming in also. So yes. A lot to do, a lot to do. We have the roll-on Luminous screen paint and spray on. We have it available on the website. It does come with free worldwide shipping. Also, the wallpaper kits are also available. We have them now with the 2 screens also. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I got much to do today, a lot of shipping out today. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video, and God bless.